I'm Jim Larson, and I am the general manager of Red Wing Grain. We are a river loading grain facility on the Mississippi River, and where we load barges. We take in corn and soybeans from farmers around a 75-mile radius from Red Wing. And our season in Red Wing, because we're on the river, starts in around April, end of March sometimes when the river opens up. And then it ends around Thanksgiving time when the river closes because the river will freeze up. So that is our typical season here in Red Wing. We also have two sites. We have one right here that you can see as we're loading grain here that holds about 2.2 million bushels. We have another site 6 miles away that holds about 4 million bushels. And all that grain gets trucked down to this site. We don't have any rail loading or unloading anymore. Now it's all truck inbound and mostly all barge outbound. So our busiest times of the year are typically during harvest, during end of September, October, and November when the harvest is going on. But also a very big time of the year is when the farmer has waited to deliver his grain until in the springtime when we open up. April, May, June, July are very large capacity time for us also. So all of our grain that's inbound is tested and probed twice in each semi and tested in our grain grading area for test weight, moisture, damage, FM, which is broken material or foreign material, and also if there's any bugs or any off odors. And so that's tested at that spot before it's unloaded. Then once we grade it, we will reject it if it's not of a quality that we can handle, or we will take it and then allocate which bin to put it in. When we put it in a bin, we know which truck is going in each bin. And then when we load it out on our barge, we take an accurate measurement of what bins are going out on that barge. So we can we know which grain, from which truck is going on each barge. Quality is very important to us. We will reject loads if they're off grade. Some years we may have low test weight corn and it's just part of the crop. We can't do anything about it. But we do also have a grain dryer here on the facility that we dry grain in the fall. So we usually use that grain dryer for about a month, where we dry the grain down from 18 to 25% moisture down to 14 to 15% on corn. So we're right on the river, first of all. Second of all, about 40% of our grain comes across the river from Wisconsin, and about 60% of our grain comes from Minnesota in a 75-mile radius. And we're very fortunate to have extremely innovative farmers that grow a quality crop in this area. Transportation involves a lot of things for us. We look daily at our truck inbound, how much trucks are coming in, how much grain to arrive that we have that is on our purchases, and to know when do we need to time the barges to come in. So we will load anywhere from 500 to 600 barges a year out of our facility. Each barge holds about 55,000 bushels, which is about 55 semis. And so loading that amount of barges from April 15th to the end of November is a lot of barges and a lot of high volume, high capacity. It amounts to around 30 million bushels comes through our plant every year. And so the logistics of getting barges timely so we're not full and we can't take grain is kind of a trick of the trade. We pride ourselves on being open for the farmer at all times. That's our goal, right? To service them as much as we can. And so in order to do that, it's a lot of planning ahead for barges and whatnot throughout the year. Red Wing Grain LLC is 50% owned by local farmer group here, Ag Partners Co-op, and 50% owned by Cargill Incorporated. And so it's a very unique joint venture that we are fortunate to be a part of, that all of our grain is sold to Cargill, and a lot of our origination comes from Ag Partners, the cooperative, so it's a way of working together.